Hmm. Hello, sports fans, and welcome to the Scott Sports 101. Uh, uh, week six, week six, Browns early NFL games. We'll call it a update show. We'll call it for this time out. It's not so much a pregame show, and we'll talk about today's Browns game. It's a big challenge for them, and right now they find themselves. It's not a high-scoring game right now, as they trail 10-7 right now to the 49ers right now. And it's in the early in the third quarter. Uh, we'll talk about that, and we'll talk about uh, and all the other games that are going on today. And but first, here is today's Scott Sports 101, uh, Week 6 NFL trivia question, and it's a 49ers trivia question. Who was the first 49er, excuse me, to finish his career with more than 50 interceptions? I will have the answer later in the podcast. Um, well, it's week 6 of the NFL regular season, and the Browns are having a really big challenge today, taking on the 49ers, who are unbeaten at Cleveland Brown Stadium. And right now it's in the third quarter, 10-7, 49ers with 12, just under 12:50 to play in the third quarter. Uh, now, Cleveland Browns quarterback Deshaun Watson is missing a second straight game due to a bruised rotator cuff in his shoulder. And the club officially ruled out Watson for the Week 6 matchup against against the 49ers, the San Francisco 49ers. Watson suffered the shoulder injury on a third quarter run uh, during the Week 3 win over the Tennessee Titans. The Browns thought the starter would play in the Week 4 against Baltimore, but he was scratched from the contest on game day or before game day. The hope was in Cleveland that the bye week rest would allow Watson to return against the 49ers, but he missed the practice all week and didn't even make it to the questionable status. Uh, and On the Friday injury report, that's what I meant to say. He didn't make it a questionable status on the Friday injury report. Uh, in 3 starts in 2023, Watson has completed 63.7% of 102 attempts for 678 yards with 4 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. He has yet to have a 300-yard passing game performance in 9 starts with the Browns. Cleveland has scored more than 27 points with Watson as the starter and has scored 14 or fewer points in four of the QB's 9 games, and that is, of course, with the Browns. Oh. With rookie Dorian Thompson Robinson struggling in the Week 4 start against uh, Baltimore, he had 0 touchdowns, no 3 interceptions, 4 sacks. The Browns will turn to third-string quarterback PJ Walker, who will be called up from the practice squad. Uh, Walker started 7 games with the Carolina Panthers over the past 3 seasons. Now I know the Browns fans are miffed at Watson because they feel he could have played against Baltimore, and they thought that the Week 5 rest would have enabled him to play today. But I just feel maybe that he needed to rest another week. But this is it. They've got a really big challenge today, facing a tough 49ers quarterback who has been as labeled a game manager system quarterback. He has described as robotic, savvy, consistent, and that is why, yeah, most famously, he has been called Mr. Irrelevant. And it's Brock Purdy, nonetheless, who the Browns will have to take down, and the 49ers defense to come away with the win and go to 3-2. Joe Batonio, who will be out for today's game, he is not playing because of a knee injury. Michael Dunn will start in Batonio's place. Michael Dunn has played uh, 29. Michael Dunn is 29. Has been with the Browns since 2020. He has appeared in 32 total games with the team, including 5 starts, two each in 2021 and 2022. Uh, The Browns released him in their cut down to 53 players in August, but brought him back on their practice squad. He was signed to the active roster after the Browns lost Jack Conklin to a torn ACL, MCL in the season opener against the Bengals. The Browns will have to jump on the 49ers early and never let up, and they will need to really uh, they will need to really keep Purdy and the 49ers defense from being able to get down the field and score in the end zone. And they really need to do that. And if they want to win, they got to jump on them early and never let up, as I said. Meanwhile, the 49ers will try to remain unbeaten and go to 6-0 on the season with a win over the Browns. Uh, and Purdy and the 49ers head coach Kyle Shanahan know the Browns have been struggling, and they also know that PJ Walker will be starting in place of Deshaun Watson. The Niners know the Browns are going to do everything it takes to win this game today, and that's if the Browns come ready to play and do their jobs like they should and are supposed to, and really make the big plays. By far, no doubt. But I know some fans are miffed at Watson because of him not playing and moving forward today and feeling that he could. And I just feel hopefully Watson will be back next week. But I think he possibly could have played. And I think fans are but they need to let that go. But the Browns, they need to show up. And now they just kicked a field goal with 11:04 remaining in the third. It's tied at 10. So I will let you know who just kicked that field goal for the Browns right now. Let me go into uh, and right now yeah, I guess, and it was let me go into the plays. It was uh, Dustin Hopkins 42-yard field goal, and it was good. And now it's tied at 10. We'll see if the Browns can take the lead and hold on to it. We'll see if that can happen. So that will be a bit later, and we'll get to all the other NFL games. But first, it's time now to reveal the answer to today's Sky Sports 101 Week 6 NFL trivia question. And it's a 49ers trivia question. Who was the first San Francisco 49er to finish his career with more than 50 interceptions? If you said defensive back Ronnie Lott, you are correct. Defensive back Ronnie Lott had 51 interceptions as a 49er. As a 49er. He also set an NFL record for the most career postseason interception. Excuse me. Uh, Lott was inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 2000, his first year of eligibility. And I will have another trivia question on my next podcast, which will be for Monday Night Football, and that will be tomorrow. So, and right now it is time to let's get back to talking football, and we're going to talk about the other NFL games that are going on right now. First, the Thursday night game. As you know, the Chiefs beat the Broncos 19-8 in a very low-scoring game, which I started at 1-0. And my brother-in-law, Eric Hoyle, he took the Chiefs as well. So we both start out 1-0. And this morning, early this morning, the Baltimore Ravens beat the Tennessee Titans at Northumberland Development Project in London, 24-16. And uh, Lamar Jackson threw touchdown pass to Justin Tucker and kicked a six. Justin Tucker kicked 6 field goals to lead Baltimore to a 24-16 win over the Tennessee Titans on Sunday. And it was at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, excuse me. And Jackson mostly shined his international debut, but Tucker stole the spotlight by going 6 for 6 with the longest, just 41 yards. Jackson was 21 of 30 for 223 yards, and he led the team with 62 yards on the ground. And the Titans, Derrick Henry had a 15-yard touchdown, which made it 18-13 in the third quarter. Sean Murphy's bunting intercepted Jackson's pass in Baltimore territory. But that was they would get a safety out of it, I think, and that's what made it. And they got the extra point, but that was as close as they got, and so the Titans fall to 2-4 on the season. Baltimore goes to 24-4. Let me give out the game balls. Lamar Jackson, 21 of 30, 220. Here's an attempt, 223 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, and that was for passing yards. For rushing, 13 attempts, 62 yards. And Zay Flowers, 6 receptions, 50 yards. Okay. So that was the one this morning. The Washington Commanders, and we both took Baltimore, my brother-in-law and I, Eric Hoyle and I. And so we both start out 2-0 right now. On the picks right now. And now the Carolina Panthers are taking on the Miami Dolphins at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. And right now, the Miami Dolphins lead the Carolina Panthers 28-14 with 2:34 left to go in the third, 2:28 left to go in the third quarter. First and 10 to Miami 24. Miami has the ball. Both my brother-in-law and I took Miami for that. The New Orleans Saints are taking on the Houston Texans at NRG Stadium in Houston. And right now, the Houston Texans lead the Saints by 10, 20-10, with in the third quarter, 7-1 to go. And New Orleans is about to kick off, and I think they will have the ball. The Jacksonville Jaguars are taking on the Indianapolis Colts at Lucas Oil TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville, Florida. And right now they lead the Indianapolis Colts 30-6 in the third quarter with 3:51 left to go. First and 10 as 31-6, excuse me, with third quarter. 3:51 left to go. It's first and 10 at the Jacksonville 35. My brother-in-law and I both took Jacksonville for that one. We both took them. The Cincinnati Bengals are taking on the Seattle Seahawks at home at Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. Cincinnati is up 14-13 by 1. Fourth quarter, with just getting underway. 31 to Cincy 44. Cincy has the ball. The Vikings are taking on the Bears at Soldier Field in Chicago, and they're up 19-6 on Chicago. I took the Bears. My brother-in-law took the Vikings. That's one we don't agree on. The uh, the and in the late games, the Patriots are taking on the Raiders at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. I took the Raiders. My brother-in-law took the Patriots. That's the other one we don't agree on. We got two we don't agree on. And in the weekend, Lions taking on the Buccaneers at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa Bay. We both took the Lions. Eagles and Jets are taking on the Jets at MetLife Stadium. We both took Philly. The Arizona Cardinals taking on the LA Rams at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. We both took the Rams. And Sunday Night Football, the Giants taking on the Bills at Bills Stadium. We both took the Bills. And Monday Night Football, the Dallas Cowboys take down the LA Chargers. We both took the Cowboys on that one. So a lot of interesting games. And right now it's 8:16 left to go in the third quarter. It's first and 10 to San Francisco 20. The 49ers have the ball, 10, tied at 10. And but I really think it's not going to be as embarrassing as the people think it's going to be. I am saying 49ers 17, Browns 14, but I do want the Browns to win. But they need to show up. But they've been doing quite well. They've been keeping the 49ers on their toes. And I know fans are miffed at Watson when he could have played today, but I'm okay with PJ Walker starting. So uh, hopefully Watson will be back next week. And we'll talk about that hopefully on the late more that about this game on the late games, early games, post game show, late games, pre-game show. And that's going to wrap it up. And I'll be back for that early late games pregame show. But until then, always remember be a team player each and every day in every way possible. So long, everybody. Enjoy the rest of the Browns game. 3, 2, 1. I'm done.